Welcome to the Epcotian Adventure,
a podcast where we'll talk about all things Disney,
including tips and tricks, festivals and favorites, and the very latest in news and reviews.
But we're still old enough to remember when getting the latest Disney trip info meant buying the newest burn bomb.
This is episode 36, our favorite YouTubers.
Or a story of how Molly inspired an Epcotian adventure.
So now, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast as we embark on our Epcotian adventure. Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 36 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And today we're going to be giving kudos and high fives and all kinds of happy thoughts to our favorite YouTubers that helped get us started.
That's right. Believe it or not, we are actually not the only source of information out there. I know, it's
Say it isn't so.
But it is true. We do get our information from our own experiences, but we also love to watch other people have these same experiences. As a
matter of fact, Sue listens to podcasts. I watch a lot of vlogs. And then every Saturday and Sunday morning, we sit around and watch Molly and Alan and Max.
And others.
And Quincy and Sage. And we're going to talk about...
We're going to introduce you to all of them.
Exactly. So this is going to be a shout-out episode to the sources that we really find the best. We are only at episode 36, so we're still just starting out. Some of these YouTubers and vloggers and podcasters that we've listened to have been doing this and are in the episodes numbering 500 or 1,000.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how long some of them have been around. But this is a shout-out episode. We want to give kudos where they're due, but we also want to give you some sources of information that you might not have experienced yet. So these are really good sources. We're just going to list a couple for you. But, 7 to be, okay, 9. It's 9.
Maybe 12. I don't know.
No, it actually isn't. But hopefully some of these will be either ones that you can hear about and go, oh yeah, I love those guys. Or, wow, I've never heard of them. Maybe I should give them a try. So this is all good information.
So as we alluded to in the opening, we actually got our start because of an influencer. Her name is Molly McCormick, and she was an ex-Disney cast member who worked for All Ears.
All Ears is one of them that we're going to talk about.
Oh, they're one of the best.
They are one of the best, and she was the best of the best. All Ears was our favorite for a long time, kind of got us through the shutdown.
Thank you.
Right? She was our Disney fix for a long time, but we would never sit down and say, hey, let's watch All Ears. We would sit down and say, hey, let's watch Molly. So
sorry, All Ears, if you're listening. We do love you, and we'll talk about you as well.
But Molly took a giant leap and went out on her own, and she went with her husband, Alan, and their best friend, Max, and MAM. They started the Mammoth Club. So
doesn't
that
really
is
say
where we're
Disney.
going to start, is with Mammoth Club.
It's weird that the name doesn't say Disney, but yet everybody knows Mammoth Club now as one of the premier Disney vlogs.
But they actually, they chose a name that wasn't Disney related because one of the main reasons she left All Ears was that she wanted to branch out. And they do. They are an excellent source of Disney information. Like Rod said, all three of them are former cast members. Molly was an ex-Plaid. I think Alan was too. I remember seeing a picture of him in the plaid vest. And by plaid, we mean a former tour guide. So they know literally everything about everything.
The best part about the ones we're going to talk about today is each one of them actually has a unique perspective, and we actually go to them for different sources of information.
That is true.
So
that said, I would watch Molly do a video on how to tie your shoes.
That's true.
Just entertaining.
Yes, when it comes to Disney knowledge, I tip my hat to the Mammoth Club. I almost said the Mam Fam. Because the Mam Fam is the fan group.
The fan base who adores the Mammoth Club.
Mammoth Club.
But they're self-named. We have named ourselves the Mam Fam. I say we because I am a Patreon for them. I am a fuchsia level. Thank you very much. So
and she gets stickers.
I do. They send stickers and such. It's very fun. But one of the things that we love about them is that we don't have to fact check them. They always, because of their knowledge as ex-cast members, they always know what they're talking about. They do their research. But also because they are just super fun. The relationships, their humor, Molly's love of cheese.
Their timing, too. I have to give my kudos out to Alan and Molly and Max. Their comedic timing is fantastic.
It is.
And that's from an old Jungle Cruise skipper saying that. So, you know.
But they have such a natural rapport that it just makes them really fun to listen to.
Well, and they're passionate about everything they say.
Yes.
Not only are they knowledgeable, but they're very, very passionate about Disney parks, like we are.
And they also are passionate about cast members. Because they're all former cast members, they always take extra care to mention how to be kind to cast members, how to show your appreciation for them. Don't yell at the cast members. So a lot of that stuff we like to pass on to you as well, but we like when they reiterate that as well.
That actually led to our episode on how to treat cast members.
They have a presence also on Discord and Twitch. They've built a giant community, which is the Mam Fam, which is just so great. But one of the best things about that community is they're actually kind to one another. You go on some of these sites on Facebook that are Disney and someone asks a question and people are all over them. How can you not know that? Oh my gosh, that's so stupid.
Yeah, you're in the wrong place if you don't know that blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And there's no place for that.
The Mam Fam does not do that.
Yeah, they're just instinctually kind to one another and it's wonderful.
If I had to guess, I bet a lot of the Mam Fam is ex-cast members as well.
That could be. I hadn't thought of that, but you're right. So like I mentioned, one of the reasons Molly broke out of All Ears to start her own company was that she didn't want to just cover theme parks. She didn't want to be stuck just covering Disney all the time. So now, as Mammoth Club, they cover Disney still, and they do a wonderful job of that, of course. But they also cover Universal. They do Harry Potter events. Molly's a huge Harry Potter fan, proud Slytherin. She does visits to museums. Molly and Alan took a trip to New York and took us with them. You know, we just get to...
Well, virtually. We didn't really get to go. I wish, but no.
But they went to Knott's Berry Farm recently. They do Universal on both coasts.
I'm talking about adding Busch Gardens, Florida, to their list of normal places as well.
So it's just really nice to get perspectives on all of these things from people that we already know we can trust their information. And they are our absolute go-to for anything to do with Genie Plus.
Yeah, that's really a huge niche that they've worked out, is the Genie Plus method of getting it and using it the best. And other vlogs do the same thing, but Molly and Alan and Max really do seem to have that down.
Yes, and specifically Molly. This is her niche. At the time when people were still trying to figure out Genie Plus, which is the ticket reservation system within the app to get like the Fast Passes used to be, Disney was saying you could get 3 to 4 per day. Disney themselves were saying that. And Molly was just over here like, hold my beer. Because she would literally get all of them in a day. She
actually was able to go through all 4 parks in one day even with Genie Plus, which was impressive.
Not doing everything.
No.
But doing most, like all the highlights, like the big stuff. So we're going to do our own episode about Genie Plus coming up to give you guys some insights on how to make that work for you. We put it off this far because they keep changing it. Yeah,
starting January 9th of 2024, the entire reservation system's going away, which is probably going to lead to a major change in how Genie Plus is used. And even park hopping. My guess is that's going to change from 2 p.m. either down to 11 a.m., like it is at Disneyland Resort, or just go away altogether. But
without a park reservation, it probably won't even be necessary to put a time on it.
Yeah, exactly. And all of that is going to mean a major change to Genie Plus. So we've actually put off our episode probably until late January of next year, and our main source will be Mammoth Club.
And even when we're telling you our tips and tricks for how to use it, we'll still steer you towards Molly's videos because they're just so well done. Our favorite videos from them. They get super creative. She's amazing with content creation. We really enjoy their new snack and merchandise release videos when there's new stuff at the park that's seasonal. But my personal favorite is Winner Picks Dinner.
I love that one.
If you're going to start, do those because, oh my gosh, it's usually just Molly and Alan. Sometimes Max is in there if he's available. And they do rock, paper, scissors. For who's
And Molly always loses.
How do you lose rock, paper, scissors that often?
How?
It shouldn't take any skill, but it's very fun to root for them. And then they get to whoever wins rock, paper, scissors gets to choose the next course for their meal whichever park they're at. They just find such a fun way to present basic information, and just shout out to Mammoth Club. They do have a podcast as well. It is called Zetas Sulpitas, where they review all of the DCOMs or Disney Channel original movies in chronological order. Their YouTube channel is extremely family friendly. Anyone can watch it. Everyone should watch it. The podcast is not family friendly. I'm just going to put that right out there. It is not for children.
Rated R.
You would think it would be just because of them. It's not. So,
PG-13?
No, it's R.
Rated R. Now playing at our theater drive-in near you.
So just beware.
The nice thing, too, about all of this that we're talking about is that things have led naturally out of other podcasts or vlogs. Like ours, we came out of a love for Molly and the Mammoth Club, but it came out of our love for Molly with All Ears.
Yes.
Allears.net started, I don't even know how many years ago.
Oh, I don't either. I should have looked at that.
That's a really good question.
But they've been around for a while.
Long time. We've been watching them all through the closure.
Yeah.
And Molly was the main person that we watched. All of the other people around her, of course, were fantastic as well. And we still watch All Ears because they have really grown into their own without Molly as their face, I guess is the way to put it. And now you have Sage, who is a Disney Entertainment cast member and a fantastic one. We love watching him. And
Quincy has sort of taken the lead role when she was trained by Molly. So Quincy's kind of taken the lead. Sage is such a great addition. He's more recent.
Frybucket.
Yeah. We still don't know her real name. It's a mystery. But I'm assuming it's probably not Frybucket. But it suits her. I don't know why. But she actually lives in Texas, which is so super interesting because they fly her out to do videos and then she flies back home. I just think that's super interesting.
And I love that because we live in Missouri, like we've said, and it's a little harder to do content on site because of the number of miles.
Right.
And so we find it
But
amazing.
No one's flying us out there. So.
If anyone would like to, hey, we'll take donations. However, with Frybucket actually being able to travel from Texas to Florida on a routine basis to do it, I find that amazing. I love it.
I do too.
It's a fact that people that are not living in Orlando can do these types of podcasts.
Exactly. And then the last member that is a consistent member, they have others who pop in and out, but the other one is Breedlove, and he's a great source of anything that you need that's plant-based. If you have anyone who's going with you who's vegan, vegetarian, plant-based, you want to watch an All Ears video with Breedlove. We actually do a little drinking game. Every time he says the word plant-based, you have to take a drink. So he says it a lot, but it's great information if that's relevant to your situation. They only cover Disney and Universal, mostly Disney.
Yeah, when Molly left, she took Alan with her, which, unbeknownst to a lot of people, was her husband. And Max, who was their California person and started Mammoth Club from All Ears. It seemed like at the very beginning, I don't know, Sue, I don't know if you agree with this or not, but it seemed like that they stumbled a little bit without Molly. The very first Disney Wish episode, for instance.
Yeah, that one was weird.
I felt sorry for
Poor Quincy.
She
just looked miserable. She looked like she'd been betrayed.
Yeah. I'm hoping there wasn't a lot of hurt feelings between the two. They don't seem to pick at each other at all.
No, not at all. It's very professional.
Although I did notice an episode a while back in September where they said something about, I don't like the color purple and yellow so much, or something like that.
It was the Mammoth Club colors are the fuchsia orange.
Fuchsia orange.
Teal.
Right.
And they made sort of a little sly comment about not liking those colors, which was kind of funny.
I don't know that was actually a slap at Mammoth Club.
Well,
it was really funny.
There was also a moment when they did a Disneyland video, and Emma was talking about the Matterhorn macaroon that you can get, and held it up and said that she was eating the macaroon in the shadow of the mammoth when she meant Matterhorn.
Oh,
and that
a little
made me
Freudian
laugh
slip there. Interesting.
I thought that was kind of funny. All that to say that I do think they have found their footing now, and bringing in Sage was a huge bonus. We love him.
But the entire team together now, too, actually feels like a team. When they first lost Molly and Alan, it did feel like they lost their leader. But again, fantastic now. We go to them all the time as well.
One of the things that we go to for them specifically, they do hotel reviews for all of the Disney resorts, all of the Universal resorts, and they do them very, very thoroughly and very, very well. So if you're looking for hotel reviews, that's a great place to start. Mammoth Club is working on getting theirs built up as well, but All Ears is already out there. So Quincy usually takes the lead on those. She's great at it. But our very favorite episodes of All Ears are the scavenger hunts.
Oh, they're so fun. Basically, it's Disney bingo, but they're action-based. They have to go get wet. They have to ride an attraction that goes to the stars. They
have to ride an opening day attraction.
Right.
There's all kinds of things where they have to know what the clues mean, but then they tell us what the clues mean. So it's very educational as they're going through it, but it's competitive. I actually think this content came from Molly because they used to do
may have, yeah.
But that said, they really have owned their channel again, I feel like. So they really have found their way. We really enjoy those scavenger hunt episodes. If you want to start watching All Ears, I recommend starting with some of those because they are super fun.
You have to watch out, though, for Dr. All Fears. He looks amazingly like Sage. It's weird.
Weird.
All Ears is part of a larger company that also includes one of our favorites called Disney Food Blog. Now, Disney Food Blog actually started as mostly food-related topics, but they've branched out to do everything Disney now. But you can always find them because it's usually starting with a number.
Yes, they love to number things.
Which having a little bit of CDO, actually, I love.
Those are usually our favorite episodes. If the episode name starts with a number, we'll watch it. So it's like 50 ways to save time at Disney World, or 6 of our favorite snacks, or something like that. So those are always fun. They are led by AJ, who we never see. She's a voiceover.
But you always hear, yeah. And she's got a great... AJ, you have such a good voice for this.
She does. She really does. I believe she lives outside of Orlando as well. I want to say also in Texas, oddly enough.
Oh, well, fantastic.
Either way, it shows that you can do these kinds of things when you have a team. The one, if you do see someone from Disney Food Blog, it's probably going to be Cassie. We love her. She's adorable, and she joins the All Ears team a lot. So for them, we go to them for food reviews. When there's an event or there's a seasonal change.
Or the Epcot festivals.
Yes.
They do some of the best of the fest reviews.
They really do. So those are really great information when you're looking for that. We recommend DFB, Disney Food Blog. They also have a really, really good newsletter. So if you're willing to sign up and give out your email address, this is the one we recommend. And they come literally daily. And you can sign up for as much or as little as you want. But I find them to be very educational. They have great take, very short articles. You don't have to worry about not being able to read it, the whole thing or anything. But they cover anything new that's coming out, not just food, despite their name. So next up, we're going to take a jump away from that parent company, and we're going to go over to Paging Mr. Morrow.
Nate the Great. Nate, we love you. You are one of the best voices for Disney, but you also have been to Pennsylvania, and we were
He's from Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's right. He's from Pennsylvania. We actually took a recent trip to Lancaster, and it was fun to see you actually go back and do stuff in Pennsylvania. I just think that's great.
One of the reasons we love him is he's just a guy. He's a guy who films stuff on his camera, and he comes across as someone that you could just sit down and have a drink with and shoot the breeze. Like, he's just a normal guy who appreciates everything he's been given and loves his dog. Like, we respect that.
Gracie girl.
Yeah. Beautiful Dalmatian that he has, that he shows at the end of almost every episode, and usually brings her cupcakes from Sprinkles. So.
Paging Mr. Morrow is a more laid-back look at Disney events and Disney information. I would definitely look to Paging Mr. Morrow for more things to do with, like, the parks and just walking around and being in the parks.
Yeah, he'll take us literally anywhere he's going for the day. He does a lot of the Disney and Universal events, of course, like all of the others that we follow. But he's taken us to Knoebels in Pennsylvania.
And Hershey Park.
Mm-hmm. He did a trip to England. He represents a shirt company called Roosevelt's. Then they're awesome.
And I own a couple, and they're amazing.
They're really great. They're button-up shirts mostly. Well, they do have polos,
collared
too.
shirts, yeah.
But anyway, Roosevelt's took him to San Diego Comic-Con, so we got to go with that. And England, and we got to watch him do that. And so he just takes us wherever he's going. If he's going to Target for the day, sometimes we go along. You just never know. Some of the things that we go to Nate specifically for on the Paging Miss Tomorrow are when there's a new event or a new release of snacks or merchandise. He covers them really well, like Rod said, with just a really casual, laid-back kind of flair. He brings friends along. He meets up with people along the way. It's just really relaxing. And we also love that he cannot pronounce the T in mountain.
Yes, he rides Space Mountain.
And Big Thunder Mountain.
Big Thunder Mountain, yeah.
It's a Pennsylvania thing.
And it's a Pennsylvania thing. Yeah, I love it.
It's weird. But it's endearing. Next up, we're going to talk about Ordinary Adventures. We love these guys. This is Peter and Kitra, and their dogs Gizmo and Pixel make appearances once in a while.
Yeah, Peter is a connoisseur of everything. Mostly Disney, a lot of Universal. But they do other things as well.
And they're also big Star Wars and Marvel nerds, so they know their facts when it comes to that kind of stuff, which I enjoy.
So we are them as well, yeah.
And I also love they'll try every single snack that's there. And we appreciate that because we can't do that when we're there because we have limited time. They are California-based, so they cover mostly Disneyland.
Universal Hollywood.
Universal Hollywood, yeah.
Yeah.
They've done Knott's, what do they call the scary?
Not Scary Farm.
But they'll also pop out to the East Coast and do stuff when there's events going on at Disney World. And
they've gotten big enough, too, that they're now invited to those events, too, along with everybody else, which is fantastic. It's a husband and wife team, and they're just fun to watch.
They really are. Again, just normal people. One of the things that we love about them is when they rate the snacks that they try, they are 5 out of 5 Peters or 5 out of 5 Kitras.
And Ordinary Adventure stars.
Yes, if they both give it 5 out of 5, it gets an Ordinary Adventure star.
Yeah, we do 5 out of... It's
just a fun way to do things.
It is. We do 5 out of 5 not a golf balls.
Yes, that is accurate.
Because that's more Epcotian.
Our favorite episodes from them are the ones that they filmed in Hawaii for the Aulani. So if you're looking for information on Disney's Hawaiian resort, definitely check out Ordinary Adventures for that. They also did a trip all over the island and tried some local favorites, saw some local sites.
Places that we have to go when we go to Hawaii. Yes,
we're going to find shave ice and where to find Kahlua Fort. And
we're going to be using their videos to plan our trip.
Whenever that happens.
Yeah, whenever that
is. Super Enthused is up next, and that is Jackie. That is her channel. She started on her own. She hosts it. She writes everything. She does all the videoing and editing, everything she does herself. But she's also recently been joined by Sam. And Sam is British. He comes from his own channel, which is Expedition Theme Park. And Rod has used them. Tell us about it.
I do. I actually have used, before I even saw anything with them together, I used to watch or listen to Expedition Theme Park for information for Blackpool, Alton Towers, Chessington, all of the parks out in the UK, and even things randomly about just the UK areas. We are planning a trip out there sometime in 2024, so it's fun that they're now together doing things. Because singularly, they're really fun, but together, they're even more fun, in my opinion.
And the name fits her. She is absolutely super enthused.
And they just started a new podcast called
Expedition
Theme Park.
No, that's his channel. Expedition Enthused.
Expedition Enthused,
where
that's right.
Where they took the name of his, name of hers, and put them together. So
yes,
that is the podcast that's available.
So they're in our space now, too, for the podcast.
Yeah.
Which I love.
So they cover mostly Disney and Universal as well, but they also love to travel. They'll cover literally anywhere they're going. They did Edinburgh for New Year's Eve, and we got to see that. That was really fun. They have great footage of Dollywood. They are season pass holders at Dollywood, even though they live in Florida. So if you're ever looking for that information, try out Super Enthused because they have it down. And all of these will cover Disney events and Universal events, but Jackie loves to be scared. So if you are looking for anything spooky, anything Halloween, anything horror nights, try Super Enthused.
Very good point, yes.
Last up, we're going to talk about Addicted to the Mouse. This is Dan and Leslie, and they often refer to their kids, Aiden and Jennings, who are part of it as well. They're travel agents, so they really know their stuff, have great tips on how to book. They always recommend their own company, Fantastical Vacations. But they also have a podcast component of the same name, also called Addicted to the Mouse, and it's fantastic. They do 2 episodes a week. They cover events, they cover travel, they are addicted to cruising right now. So if you want anything on Disney Cruise Lines, this is your source for that. They are just fantastic for that. And then the very, very last one that we're going to talk about is for sources for Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, we took a couple trips to Disneyland Paris over the last few years, and we're planning on going back again. Our sources are Sam for God.
And that's the number 4.
The number 4. She is amazing when it comes to the Disney experience at the Disneyland Paris Resort, because she just covers everything to do with the experience, not just the parks.
She is, and she's British. They just hop across the channel there, and she's at the parks. We found her because we were looking for information on a certain festival that was going to be taking place when we were at Disneyland Paris, and she happened to be covering it. And she says burger really cute. So, bugga. So, it's just super cute. So, anyway, she's stuck with
and
us.
with the UK accent, everything is the truth. It has to be.
It is. It's very posh.
Yeah, right.
The other one is also British. The other source that we used for Disneyland Paris. And her name is Brogan Tate. That is her channel. And she's fantastic. She covers a lot of cruises. If you're looking for MSC information, she does a lot of those. She does Pando. What's it called? P&O.
Pando.
Pando.
Yeah.
Cruising. If you're ever interested in a European cruise, she's a great source for that. But both of these are really, really good for Disneyland Paris information.
Brogan Tate has some great hotel information as well for
Yes.
the Disneyland Paris area.
We have learned so much from her. So shout out to
We've been
Brogan Tate.
twice,
Thank
so we're
you.
experts, of course, you know.
Right.
Not really.
No, but we know where to go for the information.
we tip our booze to them, yes.
Yes. So posh.
So those are our favorite YouTubers, vloggers, podcasters, vloggers that I used to say before Sue finally corrected my Midwestern oldness. But that's what we like to listen to. If we've missed any, just let us know in the comments.
We'd love to know your favorite sources for Disney information as well. These are just our favorites. So who do you listen to and who do you watch?
Before we go, we'd like to give a big shout out to our social media coordinator, Riley Piper, who has joined us here in the studio today.
Say hi, Riley.
Hi, Riley.
Hello.
The Epcotian Adventure is filmed before a live studio audience. We'd also like to thank our audio engineers, Joey Humphrey and Paul Trett, logo designer, Evan Piper, and our theme music composer, Jason Patrick Rowan. Our theme music is licensed through Pond 5. And of course, thank you, Phoenician.
Thank you, Phoenicians. And don't forget to rate, review, like, and subscribe. It really does help other people find us. You can find us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Epcotian Adventure is a $1,000 brunch production. Thanks for joining us today for episode 36 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And we'll see you in line.
Bye. Really, really, really fun. That was a stupid thing to say. What I know, but really, really, really fun.
Really, 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 really fun. Really, really like it.